as I told in the last class, today we are going to discuss about the history of Sushruta. So when we search the history of Sushruta, so we get most of detailed explanation, detailed history about the Vishwamitra, okay, and his sampradaya, by which we can come to know for which sampradaya the Sushruta belongs to. Why? Because Sushruta is the son of Vishwamitra. Is the same Vishwamitra who was there in the era of Ramayana, before Ramayana, and in the Mahabharata. He was the same Vishwamitra, or whether the Sushruta is the son of something different Vishwamitra, that will come to know at the end of this lecture. Okay. So by looking at this picture, what do you think? Who is he? Rishi. How we can say he is a Rishi? Which costume he is wearing? He has nothing, no, almost. There is no costumes for him. There is no dress code for him, no. How we can say he is a Rishi? He is a Jatadari, having long hairs, not shaved, beard and all not shaved, and doing some dhyana. Who is Rishi then? Whether the Sushruta is Rishi or not? Do you have any doubt? Okay, we will clear that also. He is a Rishi. What is the reference? I will let you know. Why they look like this? Why they are not worried about the shaving and all? As I told, this is called Vairagya. What is the Vairagya means? Vairagya means he is not bothered about anything else apart from what he wanted to achieve. That is the Vairagya. So that is called as Vairagya. So he worried about the only structuring of his mind. Okay, he is not at all. He is least bothered about his physical appearance. So when we look into the history, we come to know a different kind of rishis. There are in the Amar Kosha. What is Amar Kosha? You know, no? Very good. So in the Amar Kosha, we get the references of rishis like Sutarshi, Gandharshi, Paramarshi, Maharshi, Rajarshi, Brahmarshi, and Devarshi. Have you heard about anybody? You know, no? Have you heard about Devarshi? Narada. Very good. Narada is the Devarshi. Have you heard the Brahmarshi? Brahmarshi, Vishwamitra, Atri, Vashishta. These are the people who are example for the Brahmarshi. Rajarshi. Have you heard about the Janak Maharaja? You know, no? Who was he? Father of Sita. He is an example for Rajarshi. Maharshi. Okay. Paramarshi. You might have heard very less about the Sutarshi and Gandharshi and Paramarshi. So these are the stages to means as the person attain higher stages in his tapas and all. So he start getting different positions. Okay. So the first three, these are not the Brahmajnanis. They are not yet attained. So they are having Jnana Chakshu. So we will not going in detail because our intention is to know the history of Sushruta. Okay. And Paramarshi, Rajarshi, Brahmarshi, Devarshi. So Maharshi, Rajarshi, Brahmarshi, they are having Divya Chakshu, whereas the Devarshi is having the Paramachakshu. What is Paramachakshu? So we will not go into that. So Devarshi, the difference is Devarshi, the Rishi from the Devta, he has become the Rishi. Raja, he has become the Rishi. So like that. See, as we know, the sthanas of Sushruta Samhita, they are basically written by the Sushruta, whereas Uttaratantra is added by Nagarjuna. Okay? we get different references from the Uttaratantra saying that these are the quotations which says the Sushruta is the son of Vishwamitra. These are the references from Uttaratantra. In the Sushruta himself, he has told in the Chikisasana 2nd chapter 3rd shloka, he is a Dhanvantari Dharmamrutam, okay, Varishto. He is a Varishta, he is a senior, supreme, you can say. Supreme among whom? Dhanvantari Dharmamrutam. Among the Dharmantari Sampradaya, I am somewhat leading, is not Ahankara, okay. Varishta, Vagvisharada, Sushruta means what? Su means what? Something good, no? Shruta, who is good at hearing. Ekapati, Dvipati, Tripati, you may have heard, no? Once if you hear, so that is the final thing. There is no need of to listen once more. So that is the Ekapati, okay. So like that, he is not only the Ekapati, he is Vagvisharadaha, he is very good at speech. Who himself he is saying, who I am? Sushruta. Vishwamitra Sutam. I am the son of the Vishwamitra. Shishya, Rishi, I am the Rishi. Okay. Vishwamitra, Shishyam Rishi, Sushruta, Manvashar. So, my name is Sushruta. So, he himself he says he is a Rishi. Okay, and he is a Suta of Vishwamitra. He is a Sampradaya of Dhanvantari. So, this is what very limited reference we get about the Sushruta. But because he is a son of Vishwamitra, we get a elaborate explanation about the history of Vishwamitra. Okay, we can look into from where the Vishwamitra has come. Okay, Vishwamitra, he is a one among the Saptarshi. For each Manvantara, one Saptarshi Varga will be there. This is not a permanent post. One Manvantara means one Satyayuga, one Treta Yuga, one Dwapara Yuga and one Kali Yuga together is called as one Manvantara. Approximately 30 crores 67 lakh 20,000 years is equal to one Manvantara. For each Manvantara, one Indra will be there, means your God are there, no? So, there are limited posts for one Manvantara. So, 14 Manvantara is equal to one Brahmadhyana, like that is a, I think is a 6th Manvantara is going on. Okay. So, there is a difference of names we get in different references about the Saptarshi. So, somewhere the Bhrigu, Bharadwaja is not there, in some references the Bharadwaja is there, but among the Saptarshi in all the classification we get the reference of Vishwamitra. So, he is not only a Brahmarshi, after attaining the Brahmarshi has moved into Saptarshi also. So, when you look into the history of Vishwamitra or some Sushruta, for which family he belongs to. So, just I will brief it off. Varuna, Varuna's son is Bhrigu, okay. Bhrugu's son is Chavana, whose wife is Arushi, she is a daughter of Manu, okay. Because of we are also belongs to the same Sampradaya, so ourselves we call as Manushya because we are Sampradaya of the Manu. His son is Urva. Urva. His son is Urva. You know who is Chavan, no? Chavan Prash. So, his contribution. So, there is a different story for that. We are not going to that. Urva. Urva's son is Ruchika. Ruchika is also a great saint or great rishi. He has spent most of his life in doing the tapas and all, and after once attained he moved into an older age, he felt like he has to marry someone else. At that time, Ghadi Maharaja, he was having only one daughter, her name was Satyavati. He told that he arranged an what do you say is Swayamvara. Okay. So, the qualification to come there is you have to have 1000 horse having white color body, 1 ear should be black, like that. That was the minimum qualification. So, Ruchika did some yajna, okay, yajna at the Ashwatirtha. The place also they have Ashwatirtha yajna he did, and from there Kuja Kumbha place still is there in the UP, okay, and from there he got dhana of 1000 horse, and he has given the same to the Gadi Maharaja, and he married the Satyavati. Satyavati felt should have a Brahmana or Brahma Tejas son, and as you know, she was the only daughter. There was no son or any daughter for the Gadi Maharaja. Then she thought, so even for her mother also should get another son who should have Kshatriya Tejas. Kshatriya. See, Kshatriya, Brahmana, as I told in the last class, these are, nowadays it has become the caste. Means the person who take birth in the Brahmina Kula, he is called as a Brahmin. At that time it was not that like that. Okay. So, even the Kshatriya used to become Brahmina, and Brahmina sometimes they have turned into Kshatriya. There we get so many references like that. So, Satyavati wanted to have what kind of son? Satyavati wanted to have Brahmina, or one who is interested in Jnana Sampradaya. Okay, where for mother she wanted to have Kshatriya, because someone has to there to rule, no? So, they received one medicine, or you can say some fruit, whatever, that got exchanged and they have consumed. Means Satyavati wanted to have Brahmina, so she consumed the medicine which yield into Kshatriya, property son. So, both become pregnant. Who? Satyavati and her mother. Okay. But Ruchika noticed when she was pregnant, at that time only he has noticed Satyavati was getting Kshatriya Tejas, but she wanted to have Brahmina kind of son. And he noticed that there is something, it got exchanged. And when he told to her, Satyavati, this is the thing which has happened, you are getting a Kshatriya Tejas on your face. Then she told, no, I wanted to have a Brahmina son only. So, then they did some sanskara, he can postpone but can't avoid. So, the Jamadagni got the birth. Who is Jamadagni? Son of Satyavati, and anything else you know about him? Husband of Yallamma. Okay, and father of Parushurama. So, Parushurama, even though he got the birth in the Brahmina Kula, he becomes a Kshatriya. Means he got postponed. He just postponed. One generation he postponed. He can't avoid. And mother-in-law, means mother-in-law of the Ruchika, okay, she has consumed the Brahmin Tejas, and the who got birth? Vishwamitra, whom she wanted to have Kshatriya, no? But later on, he born Kshatriya. At that time, his name was Kaushika. Vishwamitra, Kaushika, Vishwamitra. Vishwarata. His name was Vishwarata, and he belongs to the Kaushika Pradesha, and hence he was also called as Kaushika. Okay? And the son of Vishwamitra is Sushruta. Okay? So, Sushruta has told, my father is Vishwamitra. But in the history we know that Vishwamitra married to Menaka, and he didn't have any son. He was having the daughter. What was her name? Shakuntala, who married to Dushyanta and given the birth to Bharata. Hence, our country name is Bharata. Okay, the Mahabharata starts from there. Okay, but where the sun has come? So only you know this story, no? Are you interested to know the another story? Okay. One day, the Kaushika visits the Vashishta ashrama. Okay, and he was a warrior, no? He was a great king having so much supreme powers, and he was having 100 sons with him and great volume of soldiers. Okay, at that time he just Vishwa means Vashishta, and he wanted on the way moving somewhere else. At that time he met the Vashishta, and he wanted to get the blessing of Vashishta, and at that time Vashishta offered and means food for him. Okay, at that time he tells, I have this much of means soldiers with me, so I can't receive your honor. So okay, so at that time Vashishta insisted to receive his worship, means his what you say, food and all. Within a very short period of time, he was having dogs with him, horse with him, soldiers with him. So everyone got their corresponding food. Dog got different food, horse got different food, soldiers got different food, Raja got different food with a very short period of time. And as you know, who is said to be Brahmana then? What are the qualities of Brahmana? Huh? Brahmadhyana. Okay, so qualities to attain Brahmadhyana, there are 3 basic qualities. Okay, he should not be bhogi, should not be kami, and should not be he should be aparigrahi. He should not store anything else for next generation and all. So nowadays, if you ask how much property you have, so I have sufficient property. I can I can lead very non-financial troubleful life till my end. So then the person think of what about my son's settlement? What about my grandson settlement? So this is the era. That is how we think. These are not the qualities of the Brahmana. So when the Brahmana, Vashishta is a Brahmana, no? Being a Brahmana, he should not store anything else for his future. Then within a very short period of time, how he got so much of food for the entire soldiers and all. Then he come to know there is a Nandini inside. Who is a Nandini? It's a Kamadhenu. Okay, whatever you wish, so you will get that. So then he asked Nandini. Then Nandini she is a daughter of Surbhi. So there are 3 things to get. So Vikraya, Vinimaya, and Akramana. So Vikraya means it's a business. So he has to give some money and take the whatever he want. So he tried for that. Then Vashishta refused to do so, and Vinimaya he offered some kingdom in the replacement of the not kingdom, some 10,000 cows. Vikraya means exchange. So for that also he is not agreed. Then he did the Akramana on the Vashishta. So you know what is that Tapodanda. So that Rishi used to hold that stick, no? Brahmadanda, that says. Okay. So that just Brahmadanda arose there, and which engulfed all his Shastras. Whose Shastras? Kaushik Maharaj Shastras. Then he come to know that Kshatriya Tejas is nothing in front of the Brahma Tejas. And in that war, okay, whatever they used to, the Shastra, whatever they used to put on, use against that Brahmadanda, that used to come reflect back. and in that war he lost all his 100 sons. Whose 100 sons? Kaushika Maharaja 100 sons. Kaushik Maharaj, he had not yet become the Vishwamitra now. Okay, so what he did? So he understood that Kshatriya Tejas is nothing in front of the Brahma Tejas. That is the point where he wanted to become Brahmina. Okay, even though he has taken the birth in the Kshatriya Kula, he wanted to become the Brahmina just to fight against the Vasishtha. Okay. So, rest of the story about the Vishwamitra, it takes much time to explain. So, he has attained different stages with the help of the Vasishtha only. Vasishtha helped Kaushika Maharaja to become the great saint, that is the great Rishi, by using Vamadeva. Vamadeva was the Shishya of Vasishtha, and Vamadeva helped Kaushika Maharaja to become the Rishi as per the advice of Vasishtha. Vasishtha knew that Kaushika Maharaja attained all his Shastras from the Ishvara, from Rudra, from Agni, and he wanted to try it against himself only. In spite of that also, he knew that, so he will become the great Rishi. That is how, by using Vamadeva, he guided the Kaushika Maharaja to attain the higher and higher post and to attain the higher and higher tapas. Vamadeva guided him how to do the tapas and all. He got all the power. And afterwards the Menaka has come, and Menaka has given the birth to the, she was a Devakanya, no? Apsara. Okay. So whole universe is helping him. His enemy, what the Kaushika Maharaja himself think that Vasishtha is his enemy, Vasishtha himself is helping him to attain all the power. So the whole universe is giving the power to him. So some people has given the, even Nachiketa, have you heard about the Nachiketa? Means who sat with the Yamadeva and got the Brahmadhyana when he was a child. Okay, Nachiketa has given some power, Atri has given some power. So all the Rishis have given their knowledge to the Kaushika Maharaja, and Kaushika Maharaja, he lost the interest in Vasishtha, means that enemyship, because the Rishi is the one who attained the control on his Krodha, Kama, Lobha, Moha. Okay, that are the basic qualities. So when he attained the control on his mind, he forgotten the enemyship, means the whatever the grudge he was having against the Vasishtha. Okay, and at that time, for Loka Kalyanartha, see why I told, because we learnt the Menaka has come to do the Tapobanga, no? She has come to give the birth to Shakuntala. Okay, the next era has to begin. Okay, so that was the purpose, and it was known for the Kaushik Maharaj also. Okay, and because at the initial day only she has told that after giving the birth to the first child, I am going to back to Indra Loka. And another Urvashi has, means Devakanya has come, so that her name was Gratachi, and she married. She was not knowing that for what purpose she has come, and Vishwamitra, he has forgotten all the enemyship. Okay, whatever the anger which he has against the Vasishtha, that, and he has become the friend of the universe. Hence he is named as Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra is knowing that something new going to happen. So that is the purpose of yours. So he married to Gratachi. After the marriage, she is called as Bhagavati Kaushiki, because Vishwamitra, once he attained the Brahmadhyana, afterwards they started calling him as the Bhagavan Vishwamitra. Okay. So, hence when she married the Bhagwan Vishwamitra, the Grataji he is addressed as the Bhagavati Kaushiki. Okay. And at that time Vashishta was in the, because even Vishwamitra after when he was Kaushika, he has killed the 100 we have some number of sons like 50 or 100 sons of the Vashishta also. So, to reverse that, or to what the Indra says, so you have to give the 50 of your sons to the Vashishta, means Ahuti of 50 of your sons. So, at that time, at a single stretch, Gratachi, because if he marry the humans, normal humans, so it is almost impossible to give the 100 son, birth to 100 sons. So, hence he marries to the Gratachi, Devakanya, which she has the power of giving the birth, single time birth to the 100 sons. Among the 100, 50 they were believing on the karma upasana and 50 are believing on the jnana upasana. First 50. Okay. There is another story, I am not going into that. In the same time, Vishwamitra adopt another son, and his name was Devavruta. Okay. So, these whatever 100 sons were there, among them 50 sons were supporting Vishwamitra and 50 sons were not supporting Vishwamitra because he adopted a Devavruta. And they started fighting. In that fighting, Dharma Devata, because they started scolding the Vishwamitra, and because of that Dharma Devata burned 50 of his sons. The another 50 sons which they have remained, we get the name of those 50 sons. In that we get the name of Sushruta. So, we get the references on the either side. The Sushruta has told that I am the son of Vishwamitra, whereas the Vishwamitra, in the Vishwamitra context, we come to know that he was having a son by name of Sushruta. Hence, at the end, so these are the some sons. Madhuchanda was the young elder son who was having he has also become the great rishi in the future, Madhuchanda. Okay. So, in that we get the name of Sushruta also. So, he was having the son called by name of Sushruta. Hence, Sushruta is the son of Vishwamitra, who belongs to the same references we get in Ramayana. Where do we get the reference of Vishwamitra in Ramayana? Guru means no, that was not there. See, he get the references once they finish all their education. Okay, the Vishwamitra take Rama and Lakshmana to kill some Rakshasana who are disturbing for his yajna. See, just imagine he was a Brahmarshi, and before that he was a Kaushika Maharaja. Before that he was a Kaushik Maharaja. He can kill anyone. Why he got Rama and Lakshmana with him to kill that? Why? So, on that era, the Parashurama, who was the Parashurama for Vishwamitra? What is the relation between Vishwamitra and Parashurama? मतलब बेंजे का बेटा, बेंजे ये बोलते हैं ना, भांजा. Okay, भांजे का बेटा है ना. So परशुरामा he was 21 times उसमें मतलब एनसर्कल किए, मतलब पृथ्वी का प्रदक्षिण डाला, सभी क्षत्रिय वालों को उनको मार डाला. This is a different story, and he is said to be avatar of Vishnu. Which avatar? That is Rudra avatar, no? So in the freedom also we got there were so many freedom fighters by name of Subhash Chandra Bose, then Bhagat Singh. Why you are saying all the Rudravatar only? But on our currency we have the photo of Gandhiji. See, whenever model, always we wanted to present as a piece, as a model we wanted to take. So at that time the Rudravatar was in the form of Parashurama. So he is also said to be avatar of Vishnu. But Vishwamitra wanted a peaceful representative of the Vishnu. At that time he picked up the Rama to show who is the Rama he taken to kill the, at that age he was at a adolescent maybe. So he killed the, what was the name of that Rakshasi and Rakshasa. So he killed them, and Arundhati was there, no? Ahalya. So Ahalya got the mukti because of the Rama at the same stage, and he married to Sita. Who was Sita? Daughter of Janaka Maharaja, and she is Ayonija. So Sita, what is the meaning of Sita? Sita means, see, at the showing of the land and all, they use some instrument, no? तो लैंड को शोविंग करते वक्त उसको एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज़ करते हैं, उसका जो अग्रभाग में रहता है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? सीता बोलते हैं. तो उसको लग के वो पेटी दैट बॉक्स हैज़ कम अप फ्रॉम दैट अर्थ, means from there they got the Sita, hence she got the name Sita. Okay. So, and afterwards he presented Rama, Maryada Purushottama, as the model. So he wanted to take Parashurama as the model, even though he was having the relation. So the relation is nothing in front of the morals. And he called the, and he has cut the, what do you say, Shivadanus. He break the Shivadanus, and at that time the Parashurama comes, and Vishwamitra says that whatever the tapobala what you have, you give to the Rama and you go back to the tapas. So you have to reduce your Rudravatar. So always peace has to be presented as the model. So hence he has presented at Rama as the another avatara next, just next to the Parashurama. Even though the Parashurama was that there at that era, so soon after that the Rama has presented as the, he is the another avatar of the Vishnu. So that Rudravatara should not be taken as the model for longer period. So that was the reason. So I think that is the reason why the Gandhiji is on our currency. Okay, any doubts in this about the history of Sushruta? The more than the Sushruta is the history of Vishwamitra, because we get the most of the references here. Any doubts? Okay. In the afternoon class, in the next class, we will discuss about the Ayurveda definition and Sushruta and Dhalana.